Hello everybody, this is JackB1024 and welcome to episode 34 of our Dynamic Factory Let's Play series. So, what have we got going on in our factory at the moment? So we've got our green science getting ready to be produced, but it's not being produced just yet. The biggest bottleneck that we have at the moment is we just do not have enough iron plate production. You can see there's not even any iron plates being made into iron gears. Just because there's just not enough iron plates being made. So, to fix this, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to create some more iron furnace areas. Now, I don't want to blueprint this setup for iron furnace areas, and the reason for that is that we're very close to getting blue science. And with blue science, I mean, it is the next science pack and it's a more complex one, but with blue science, we can get electric furnaces. And so I want to get our furnace area set up for electric furnaces, for using them, and for being set up with them. So we won't actually be using this sort of design. What I thought we would do is we'll get a production area design. So something like this. We'll make it taller, so that instead of having, just one row of production machines, we'll have our 2 rows of furnaces. We'll have the input coming in at the top and the output going out the bottom. Now the issue at the moment is we don't have electric furnaces, so we need to get coal in. So what we'll do is we'll have, let's go 4 lanes. So we'll have 4 cargo wagons being used to deliver the ore and 2 being used to deliver coal. That way we can still go with this sort of design and we can get our furnace area set up with that. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me just check what... Okay, we don't actually need that one anymore. What we will do now is there's something else I want to do before then. Because there's going to be a few other changes. So one of the big changes we're going to have to do soon is, and this is required to get blue science, is every blue science pack recipe, I believe, all of them require petroleum manufacturing. So this one requires advanced circuits, which require plastic bars, which need petroleum gas. I believe one of them requires just straight petroleum gas, and the third one requires sulfur, which requires petroleum gas. Now, our system at the moment has no way to transport liquids. So I was thinking of the 2 ways that we could transport liquids around. 2 ways I thought. The first way I thought was we could have a second train depot over here with trains that just can transport liquids. So they look the same as these, except they're filled, say, with 6 fluid wagons. I believe that's what they're called. Yeah. So I have 6 fluid wagons, and when we get a request or a destination in, what we do is we check, is it a liquid one? And if it is a liquid one, we'd send it to our liquid depot, and if it's a solid one, we can send it to our solids depot. Sounded like an okay idea, but there's a nice principle in engineering I learnt while at uni. It's called KISS, is the acronym, KISS. It stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. It's a great acronym to remember. And it basically says, don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Now, it's not really exactly what we're going for with this factory with the amount of combinators that we've got running, but what we do have is we have a working system here. We've debugged it, we know it works, we know it works with multiple trains, we know, thanks to episode 31, or was it episode 30, it's one of those two, that even if 2 signals come in at the same time, there's no crosstalk, and we got that all fixed. So what I think we want to do is we want to modify as little as we can of the circuit and instead modify the trains. So what I thought we'll do, where am I? I'm over here. Okay, cool. So let's just map out what kind of looks like a train. Do I have a cargo wagon? No. I'll pick up some iron plates. Yeah, I'll do that. So you can see what I'm trying to get at. So we'll get a cargo wagon, and we should have... Did I make a fluid wagon? No, I did not. And now I'm out of steel, so let's go get some steel. Steel's also another thing we're going to have to make for blue science, and of course steel requires furnaces, so we'll need another furnace for that as well, even if we didn't need more iron production. Okay, so our train's currently got the locomotive, and we have our 6 cargo wagons. What I thought would do to change it, because of where they are, generally if we look at our production area, the 6 cargo wagons go to pretty close to where the entrance is. While if we look at our production area, we actually have this large amount of space to the east of them all. So what we'll do is we'll get our fluid wagons, and we'll probably have 2 of them, I think. So we'll have 2 locomotives, 2 fluid wagons, and 6 cargo wagons. And then we can have our pumps going in. Is that even in the right spot? Yeah, it is. I think. Or is it there? I'll have a look when we actually have to set this up. So we'll have our pumps basically pumping in, and that'll be the first 2 spots next to our train stops. So we'll move all our train stops, 2 fluid wagons to the east, and then we can have our pumps basically in this area here, getting fluid out of it. Yeah, and then the way it requests fluid is just the same as any other resource. So, our station might say, oh, we're low on petroleum gas, so we need it. So we send off a request for petroleum gas. We'll probably have, a refinery area, and it'll send off requests when it's full of petroleum gas, or at least has enough to supply us. So they're the 2 large changes we're going to have to do. Making our furnace area and being able to support fluid wagons. We can leave our trains continuing to create stuff, and maybe we'll have green science by the end of this episode, though I highly doubt it given the rate at which iron plates are produced. It really is not nearly high enough. Okay, so let us get blueprint. Now I want to get how much of this? We definitely want that part. Don't want to go all the way down though. So I think we'll only go to where all of our unloaders merge together. I think that's a good spot to get to. Actually, let's get... Here we go. So we have a return line is here, and our sending line is here. Where did the... Okay, so this came from there. So I might just keep it in line. Go about here, I think. Should hopefully give us enough room that if we need trains that come up here to go down into this line, hoping they... Doesn't look like it's enough room. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, what we'll do, to make sure we're in the right spot, we will calculate that area first. So, so that's as short as we can go. Cool. And then this can go there. we can have this go across. And let's connect our robot ports up. So build this here. Hopefully. Well, the next one will go there, and then this one should be connected to this one. Okay, we'll need to have our entrance connected up. And we will need our exit connected to that side. But I'll put a break in and we'll get back once our robots have done their job. Well, there we go. Our bots have done a good bit of work. They're not all finished, but that's fine. We can keep working while they just finish everything off. So we're going to want iron ore coming into these two chests. Well, these two sets of chests, so 4 of them. And these 2 blocks of chests that are here. We'll get our coal. So what we're going to want to do is, at the moment, let's split our coal in half. Take that one over that way. This one can go this way. You can then join up with that iron ore. Our other one can go up here. Now we do have a bit of a lake here that we have to deal with. I've been slowly getting rid of it with landfill. Just waiting for some more to be crafted at the moment. Let's bring our coal down there. So here can be our 2 lines. Now we'll want, I think, 16 furnaces for each line. So let's just... actually, we need one between them, don't we? Because it'll become 3 by 3. So let's... I think this is actually a good design. It's... Whoop, this one here. It's easily able to be converted into a 3 by 3. I believe. Yeah, so it just has one spot next to each furnace. Let's go to the left. I think... Oh! We might be getting in the way of the poles if we go too far left, but... Let's see... Yeah, actually I'll put them on the other side. I'll put 3 over there. Just want to keep this area, the very west there, free. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, if I take this blueprint, it's got a slightly different way that it does it, but yeah, we'll put it down there. Going to need some more landfill for this part here, but at least we now know where that's all going to be. So we're going to want, our top line can just go straight in here, and this line can go actually into there, like that. Why does this use red belts? Is there a reason for that? That's actually probably useful. So we have a whole belt worth of iron ore that's able to come over, or 2 belts of iron ore, 1 belt of coal, and it splits them nicely. We might actually continue with that design. It's a pretty good one. Just move our car that way. I don't think I have any red belts with me, and I don't believe they're produced anywhere, though they might be. I'll have to check on that. We run this straight down there. can run both of these underneath. We're getting in the way of the poles again. That should be fine. Okay, for the moment I'll just I'll just use normal belts for this area, but we'll fix this later. Okay, that looks like that's our furnace part done. So I will, let's see. Yeah, I'll be back once I've filled in more of this with landfill and I've got the red belt set up. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes, so not that long. I just went and got some more landfill, filled that up. I also, over here, I noticed, about here it would be, yep. We had belts being made here. We had 2 sets of assembling machines that were making gears that used to be used with our red science packs that we've turned off. So I thought, let's not let these gears go to waste. We'll use these belts and these gears, and we can now automate the production of red transport belts. And so that's what we have, and so our bots will come over and do all that nice and slowly. I should also have a belt with me just so I can easily lay out where I want them to go from here. Now how... that's not how I want it to look. We could do a setup like this for our output. Fortunately, I think... let's have a quick check how much room we have. So we'll probably go across here. Yep, go up, back across, and we will put, we go up here, across and down. Yep, we can put our splitter just here. Now I don't believe there's any reason why I can't, just put our inserters that'll be picking up just right here. Except for the fact that it doesn't seem to be far enough. Probably needs to go to about there. Oh, actually, we should check where the rail line is, because it can't go in every square crosswards, so last thing we want is to have this all set up and we can't even have a rail line there. But it looks like we are lucky, and it is perfectly fine where we've set it. Oh, there's like the smallest bit of water there. It's quite an inconvenient place. Well, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to steal one of these blueprints. Yeah, I'll take this whole blueprint here. Now, are they in line? They are not. That's interesting. I would have thought I would have made them in line. Well, I'll put them in line on this side. So it goes there. So I'll be back with even more landfill done. Okay, so I added some landfill and managed to just squeeze this blueprint in. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, actually I'm going to trace where this green line goes. It goes nowhere. It is useless. That is good to know. We're going to move this smart train stop. So as you can see, there's our 2 locomotives, and then we've got the spots for our cargo wagons. We need to change this so that we have our 2 locomotives, our 2 fluid wagons, and then our cargo wagon. Fortunately, this shows us 5 spots. That's exactly the number we need it to show us. So let's figure out where this now needs to go. And it doesn't show up. Oh, get rid of that. So this looks like it's the right spot. There's our 2 locomotives, 2 fluid wagons, first cargo. Now it was connected to these 2 circuits over here, so let's just connect it back up. We'll get rid of this green wire that's pretty much completely useless. Don't want to have it laying around and me thinking that there's something that I need to connect that I haven't connected. So we can connect you to there, to this one, and then we can put it here. I can go over. Now I believe it just reads the train contents. And once our train's here, we can make it go north as soon as possible. Let's just get a north-facing track. And then we'll bring it over to this line. Build that way. Are they within... Ooh, the northmost track might not be within a circuit network, so let's just, well, not a circuit network, a logistics network. So we'll do that. Now that means that we want, where's it going up? It's going up there. So we want to fill this all in, which we're not ready to do yet. Let's connect up our circuits. So this one here must have another set in between. Probably because this is taller than the other one, that's why it won't reach. So red goes there, green to there, and I assume red to this one. Let's just go check that that is indeed how it works. So red to the left, yep, green to the right, that makes perfect sense. Okay, what else do we need for this to be all ready? Let's get rid of some trees. One thing we want to make sure of is... That looks fine. Actually, let's set this all up. So, our input. If we have less than... I think it's normally 12,000 because it's 2,000 per thing. So, 2468. Less than 8,000 or less than coal, we can go with 4,000. That's going to be way more than we need. Meanwhile, if we have 24,000 iron plates, okay, we now need to get our numbers. And we're going to actually have to move where that train stop is. So what are we up to? We're up to 29. And this is furnace 3 unloader. Or is it loader? I call them loader because they're loading into the furnace. Okay, just a short interruption, but there we go. So we're 29, times that by 128 is 3,712. So that's what this one is going to be. So iron ore 3712, coal 3712. We want our iron ore in our 1, 2, 4, and 8, so that's 15. And we want our coal in our 16 and 32 wagons, so that's 48. Yeah, that makes sense. If we go 3712 and another 128 on top, that tells us that our iron plates are 3840. And because they're a distribution, that's 64. Okay, let's check what our circuits are set up to because they're probably set wrong. Okay, what we want to do, I think, I want to disconnect from the pulse generator and I want to short out this one. Now that should mean this is ready to send off our signals, but it hasn't sent them yet, which is what we want. This has no signal to send, it doesn't want to send a signal. That's all fine. Now we're going to want to connect our 1 and our 2 lines, so let's connect our 1 line here. Connect it on this side, and we can put our 2 line in between the 2 tracks. Should just hold it down actually so we get it at the maximum distance until it gets in range. Okay, so there's our 1 line, here can be our 2 line. Let's make it there. We're going to have to click these ones because they're always before their maximum range from a different tower or pole. And there. Okay, we'll connect our 1 line in, we'll connect our 2 line in. Actually, once we have our 1 line connected, we can turn this this furnace on, and we should instantly get a demand for iron ore, and we should already have everything we need to be able to supply that, so we should basically see the train head off to get us our iron ore basically straight away. Oh no, the train doesn't know where to go, so we need to add that first. We need to add a train stop. Yeah, that's okay, we can do that through the train menu. So connect that, go to trains, let's go, and we need to add 29, leave 1 empty, nope, 29, leave 1 empty, save that, change the rules. This one goes to station 1 when it's empty. Yes, that makes sense. Iron mine, it's looking for full. That is not what we want anymore. Iron mine should be the inactive because we're not going to fill up all the time anymore. For example, this one won't fill up. It'll only fill up 4 of them. So that's the iron mine. And the coal mine, same thing. We want inactivity, not full cargo. Let's just save that line. Inactivity. I mean, the copper mine is probably still set to the wrong thing. We'll fix up the copper mine even though we don't plan to be using it for this furnace. Copper mine should be fine with the 1 furnace setup that it has. Okay, so our trains can now support coming to this new destination. So you're hooked into a memory cell, so we just need to make this go and tick. Everything else is connected. Should be fine. Let's see if this works. This is a solid light. A solid light is not a good light. Iron and gears. Okay, this is not working correctly. Is this not actually connected to the main line? What? How did that happen? So it turns out our green lines weren't actually connected through. Our greens go to this medium electric pole here, and I believe the green signal was actually connected to this pole, which wasn't connected anywhere, which was annoying. And that actually is on every circuit that we have. So none of these are actually checking that they're not crosstalking. So I'm going to have to fix that, but I'll fix that between episodes. What I thought I would do now, and what I need to do now, is between episodes I made a second line for our train so that we can actually support more trains up here. But we've got a bit of a deadlock situation. So we've got this train in this section of the network, this train in this section trying to go forward, and it can't go forward because this train's in this section of the network. So I just want to use some combo signals and some non-combo signals to get this all set up correctly. Now, how do I want to do this? I mean, this isn't how I'd like it anyway, but I think what would be good is if we made this good. Okay, that's fine. If we make that a combo signal, that means that a train won't pass by it unless it can get past the next point, we'll put the next point here. So any train that can go past here can go past there. That at least lets this train go. Now I'm not sure where this train's going to go. It wants to come in here. Okay, it cannot go any further because this train's in the way, and this train can't get out because this train's in its path. So what we want now, we want this to be a combo signal, and we'll let this one be a signal here. So trains can only go past this signal if they can also go past the next one, which is this one here. So no trains will be blocking this section here, but a train's allowed to come into here and block it up here, which means that even if a train is waiting up here, there's no train stopping this one from leaving. Now I'm hoping that one of these trains, so you went that way, if there was a second one with a request, does that mean you're going to our new furnace? You're going to station 29, which is our new furnace. I bet you that other train, no, it's not going to get coal. 12. Does that mean I've got to... I do have a request for 3,700, which I believe... See, yep. So we've got a request for coal, it's just not supplied it yet. Trains are busy doing other stuff. Well, let's go back over to our station and think of... Actually, on our way, well, I'm going to stop off and I'm going to pick up some more landfill because we need even more landfill. I updated our landfill inserters to the blue, and our stone mine was actually, it was only these two rows and this row is completely empty now. It wasn't completely empty before, so I actually expanded it, and these weren't empty either, so good that I did that, otherwise we'd be almost completely out of stone right now. So there we go, we've got more landfill. We can go and... hoping 500 blocks should be enough. That's a fair bit. Go and we'll see if it is. And if it is, we're going to need to move where this train stop is. I'm going to need to think of a good way to connect everything to it without messing everything up. So our line needs to be about here. That looks like we've got plenty of landfill. Let's just pad it out a bit. Neaten up this line. And I will manually construct that. Yeah, that will be enough. I can get the robots to do everything else. So it doesn't bother me how long it takes for them to do that. Okay, so this one needs to move. Remember, green's connected to it, red's connected to it, and it's got those options. So, got to pick up this. Now it needs to go about there. Yep, that's the right spot. If we just quickly blueprint these two. You'll put them right there. Do I not have... oh, there they are. So put them down. Now you've been flipped, so it actually has to go into the top one. Ah, yes. Red goes to there, green goes to the light. Give the light some power. And green comes from you onto there. Yep, cool, that's our station set up. We got to give it a number, so 0030, and it is Furnace 3 Unloader. Oh yeah, we need to give it to the trains. So Unloader, it waits for inactivity and a destination. Now I don't see any reason why this won't work. Except for the fact that I don't seem to see where our train that's meant to be coming here is. Okay, you're getting coal. Weren't you meant to come to our station? Where are you off to? Iron mine. There was a train meant to come to station 29. Let's check this is set up correctly. From Iron Mine, it's meant to go to the signal number. It's 2829. Let's check. The next thing is that, did I set these numbers? I did not. Okay. Now that means it goes to, instead of going to our iron mine, it goes to our temp iron drop-off, which is over here, which is full of iron ore. Again, what I should do, but I can't. I was thinking I should make it so that the number after, or the station after the iron mine is one that I'm fine with getting a bunch of junk, because then I know I can just go to the junk station and pick everything up. But it would need to do that with every input area. So, that's too much. Well, the good news is that this train, which is soon going to be filled up, it should be set to go to 29. It is, and we should actually see it go off to 29. Which will show that our setup does actually at least work. What I'm going to have to do in between episodes probably, or I might be able to pick up this train here. Does this mean we're out of coal? Yeah. Okay, what I'll do, once this train here has unloaded, instead of going back to the depot, I will pick it up myself and I will manually drive it where it actually needs to go. During the last episode, I think it was, I actually got the achievement while I was doing stuff that you didn't see, of destroying 100 trees by impact. So finally got that one. I thought I would have already had it by now, but nope, just got it last episode. So this signal here tells us that our coal supply to our steam furnaces is running low, our steam boilers actually, which is annoying. I mean, we're pretty low on our miners, but our solid fuel should be... it's slowly being made. Maybe we just need some more chemical plants so we can make more of it. How much do we actually make solid fuel-wise? Ooh, that's a very... It's a very interesting graph. No. Stop. Oh, bother. Where are you? Yep, this one. We're going on our own little trip. I want to go... I'll drive it. Okay, so let's go pick up that iron ore and we'll actually take it to where it needs to go. Trying to think if I've seen the coal train go through. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is get all of these ones that have just iron ore in them, and that's not what I wanted. Okay, we're going to have to park the train somewhere else, like here. And yep, I'll go in between the moving train because I still haven't learnt my lesson and I want to get accidentally killed by it again. Well, let's think if there's anything else that this episode needs. Otherwise, I'll probably just cut it here. You don't need to see me pull all this iron ore back into our train. No, I think timing-wise, that seems to be a good length for an episode, I believe. There was a few cuts, so I have to think about the amount of time you're actually not going to see, and I think it's all good. So, this is JackB1024 signing off. You all have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.